have worked with Roman Polanski.
Okay, now I'm gonna be this pop star. I'm very bad with critics, by the way. Mom, I'm gonna be a movie star. Even if nobody, if I have sex with somebody, or this is all right, this is all right, this is total shit. Yeah.
You're an actress.
Yeah. Well, my dream is obviously to have the Oscar.
It's the full moon!
And I go, who's Quincy Jones?
Wow.
Hi, Michelle.
So, guys, we're about to start the podcast, but just right before we start, we want to just state a few points. Michelle is from Israel, and
He's
I am
Palestinian.
and there is nothing but peace and love between us.
Can we like
Sure.
send each other hearts
Yes,
right now?
Yes,
please, guys.
Michelle,
Peace
we're
and
so
love.
happy to have you on the podcast.
Thank you
Nothing
so much
but
for having
love,
me.
peace, and humanity.
For sure.
So important.
100%. I'm so happy to be here, guys.
Well, thank you for being here. We first wanted to say welcome to Paradox.
Welcome to Paradox Project.
Well, welcome to Paradox, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Well, first of all, Michelle, we would like you to just maybe tell the audience who you are and what you do in life, you know?
Wow. You want me to put it in like a little sentence?
A small parenthesis.
An hour is not going to be enough, guys, but okay, let me summarize.
Just a small few sentences, please,
let me
just to
summarize, of
introduce
course.
yourself to our dear audience.
Of course. So I'm an actress, singer, and songwriter, ex-private banker, by the way, guys. So I changed my whole life. You know, 2 years
Versatile.
ago.
Yes.
That's a bit of a
Yeah.
paradox, may
Yeah.
I add.
Well, it is. I mean, I came to the right podcast, right?
You
Yes.
did,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that is me in a one phrase, you know, like now I'll let you rediscover.
Yes, Michelle, where, origins, where are you from, education? Just talk about your background in a few sentences too, please, if you could.
Right, of course. So I was born in Moldova, it's a little country between Ukraine and Romania. But then I lived in Russia until I was 8, though I'm not Russian. And then we moved to Israel because we're Jewish, so I'm coming from Israel. And I moved here when I was 18 because my father and mother sent me to, study. Not something I wanted to do. Study, just like do that. So, business, blah, blah, blah. 3 degrees. I have a degree in hospitality, business management. Don't know why I need that. I have a bachelor's in business administration and finance. Don't know why I need that. And I have a master's.
Can always help.
Well, it helps, I guess. I think my father thought that it's the networking of private universities that are gonna put people together and create some businesses.
It made who you are today, so.
It is totally.
Absolutely. And listen, having a degree at the end of the day is all about credibility.
Yeah. Do you think that in today's world it's important? Like, I have to say, when I went on and started to be a private banker right after all of the universities I finished, I really had no idea what I'm doing at the beginning. So I learned everything on the job. So I don't really believe, and look at all of these huge billionaires. Half of them never ever finished high school, right?
Self-made, as
so
you say,
I think
you're right.
it helps in the society, administrative world that we live in, but
I agree. Listen, if you want to build up your career, it's important to have initial credibility. This is what I believe.
Yeah.
Even though our world is becoming more and more digitally inclined, content creation, not needing any credibility, no business degrees. But I guess it's always a good anchor point.
For sure. I mean, like if you look at content creators today, I think, not to disrespect any TikTokers or stuff like that.
Go ahead,
but,
don't worry.
But all of the, TikToks and every second person today is a life coach and whatever, and it's like a blind leading the blind.
Yes.
In my opinion, so I don't see that as credible. So for these type of things, for sure, yeah.
Okay, and now, being in the spotlight with so many people watching and admiring you, it must be both exhilarating and challenging. What's the most unexpected part of life as a celebrity that people don't see?
The loneliness.
Loneliness.
Actually. So I always say about myself that I'm an extrovert in the body of an introvert, and I'm also an introvert in the body of an extrovert. So of course that depends on a day and a mood. But I think a lot of people see me as this. Maybe it's because of my previous years when I used to be like a student, you know, like we used to party a lot everywhere in the world. And I think this perception of me stayed in the head of people. So they all see like, oh, Michelle Shapa'S, she's like everywhere, you know, like she's like partying, she's like. And actually, like these days for the past year, I'm mainly, if I'm not traveling, which I love to do, I'm mainly home with my dog, you know, like I'm in the studio, I'm writing scripts, you know, I'm shooting movies, and this is what I do. So I don't have that much energy as an extrovert anymore to give people. So like if I sit here, it's because I believe that I bring value here, and I believe that you guys bring value to me in a way of like great, interesting conversation, right? Yes. But I'm not gonna be like just, oh, let's go have some drinks or let's go party, like unless I wanna dance. That happens.
Well, Michelle,
sometimes.
that's a very, very interesting answer. Thank you. We see you, me and Caroline, in a lot of afterworks. We see you being expressed and painted as this confident person. You're very confident.
I am.
You've got a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I am. I mean,
you're very extrovert.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Thank you.
So you know, you claim you work a lot on your own time. You're in the house, but we see you a lot outside. We see you a lot doing activities.
We're all lucky to actually be at the same events together.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful coincidence.
I think it is. I mean, I don't know what about you guys. I'm sure it's right about you as well. I choose very carefully which events I attend because like the one thing I really don't want to be considered or misled for people to think of is that I'm a blogger or like, you know, influencer is this new world. I mean, everybody says it like, okay, you're an actress, you're a singer, you're this it girl. So yeah, you are kind of an influencer. Fine, I'll give you that. But I'm not a blogger. I'm not selling anything. You know, I'm not. So I don't want to be mixed up in too many events. So I choose them quite specifically. It's either the people that I want to see at that event. You know, like sometimes I have really beautiful outfits that I place for specific events.
You really do. We saw some of those outfits.
Absolutely, and we talked about them, by the way.
We actually talked about her outfits.
Behind your back talked about you, Michelle. And
we talked behind your back.
Very nice
outfits.
Thank you
so much.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Michelle, but you know, you talk about, you know, not wanting to be considered as a content creator. You do collabs, I suppose. You do collabs. You do.
I don't really do collabs. I do partnerships. So there's a difference. There is no, you know, I think you guys get it a lot as well of, you know, oh, we're gonna send you this product and then like, you know, for a story. I don't do this.
Okay. It's business more.
I don't do this. It's business, and I choose my partners also very, very carefully.
Hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Hyperbaric oxygen chamber is actually not a partner, but it's something that I'm doing every day.
Well done.
That's amazing, by the way.
I love it. So I'm very lucky because, well, my physiotherapist, you know, opened the space, and it's called Physio to Sport. Okay.
But I think I know it, by the way.
It's right in the center. He opened, I think, to...
Rue du Rhône.
Exactly.
I know it. I know it, of course.
So he was my physiotherapist and still is, you know, for like 7-8 years. And he opened the studio 2 years ago. I had absolutely no idea what is it. I was like, what is this? Moreover, my mom, she doesn't believe in any of this stuff. And when she was here last year, she went for 2 weeks. And she was like, I started sleeping better, you know, like...
It's amazing.
Stem cells. Everybody asked me, like, would you do something? Like, did you do Botox? And I'm like, no, not today, you know, like, you look good. So, you know, it's a really, really amazing thing that I think that people in Switzerland especially still don't know about. But that's not a partnership. That's just, you know, I'm going
your lifestyle.
It's my lifestyle, yeah. But I do have a partnership with L.RAPHAEL. And it took some time for us to create this partnership, and it came naturally. None of us was actually looking for it. We met in Cannes Film Festival this year, and I was invited to the boat of L.RAPHAEL by their PR to get me ready for one of the red carpets. And then I met the owner, Ronit, who's also from Israel. You know, so we're like, oh, that's amazing. They're like, oh, you're also from Geneva, and she has the business for many years in here, but we never met. And then when we came back from Cannes, it was like a click,
merged.
You know. So
what is this business, Michelle?
So this is a spa, you know, for women and men, actually. They have a lot of clients that are men as well. They're taking care of themselves. And you can do all
as they should.
As they should, yes. Preach. And we're going to ask you
as you should.
it's good for the soul. Come on.
You're
it's like you
right.
feel
You're right.
so
I had the bad
pampered.
look, but actually, I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
My inner self does agree with you guys. Absolutely.
Your inner
Society
self.
pushes me apart from you guys, but deep down, I think men and women should be taking care of their
I
bodies and
think
themselves.
for sure.
100%.
Because like you're taking care of the body, you're taking care of the face. Like there's beautiful products that I'm using all the time, and I'm out of them all the time because I'm like, it's like I'm eating them. They sometimes ask me like, are you eating them? Like, what's up? Like every month you're like out. I'm like, guys, I use it. But yeah, it's when you come out of there and you spend like usually half a day there or a full day there, they take care of your hair, your face, your body. You're like, it's the inside glow, and they promote longevity, which is super important. So it's not just like you're going to a spa and taking care of yourself. It's like you're eating well, you're exercising. So it's the whole, they
That's
believe
great.
the whole concept.
That's great, Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle, I've got one nice question for you.
Only one last.
No. So many more, but that's just a small parenthesis question.
Sure.
What do you think about the new health wave? Like you talked about your mother not being as considerate towards health tools we currently use in our modern society. Like physiotherapy, cryotherapy, red light therapy,
Hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Thank you so much. I wanted to say it.
And just like all these amazing people like Mark Hyman, these health bloggers. What do you think of this whole health movement?
Wave, yeah.
I think that biohacking is something our parents probably didn't know at their time. And my mom is super modern. I mean, like she goes to Mykonos and Ibiza with me every year, so it's not the question of age. I think that they're just used to not being used to biohacking different stuff. And the thing with hyperbaric oxygen therapy, for example, like you cannot just do it once. It's like going to the gym, like you're gonna go to the gym once, you're gonna pull up, like 100 kilos, but like nothing is gonna happen to you over a day. So it's the same thing with these things, and it's all together. I think that the youth today actually get to experience that. They are more aware of that because, again, 2 years ago, I had no idea what is hyperbaric oxygen therapy. They used to use it only for athletes, or in hospitals, like for recovery, for operations. Like it was not given to us, the simple people.
Yeah, of course.
Like
of course. And now it is. It's
but
so
I love
accessible.
it. I mean, like anything that is gonna, prolong my time without plastic surgery is great.
But you're promoting your longevity. It's not even just about beauty. It's about beauty and well-being. So that's beautiful.
It is. I have this fear. I think I got it from my mom. And I think a lot of people have it. Like I'm really scared of growing old in a way physically. So, again, I'm not against plastic surgery, but I'm really scared of any surgeries. So I'm not sure that I will ever be able to, like when I'm 50, 60 or like to actually do it. So I'm really trying to prolong what I can. Now, I'm not perfect.
Someone has the same fear.
I'm not perfect.
I have the same fear.
Someone has the same fear.
I'm already like, I'm all for prevention, like for my beauty, for my health, like supplements, already knowing now what your deficiencies are, and just promoting your beauty just with prevention and
so important.
And also cortisol. Don't be stressed, guys.
Don't be stressed.
I'm
Reduce your
super stressed
inflammation
all the time. Like
Ashwagandha.
my cortisol levels all the time up. I literally just did a blood test.
Ashwagandha, curcuma, so many ways of
ginseng.
It. So many ways.
You think
so
it's
many
gonna?
ways.
You see, so here I'm being skeptical, like my mom.
No. We can
really
no. Michelle, it is like we've been taking supplements for a while, and I've been quite stressed in my life, for certain events.
Yeah.
And taking those supplements, ashwagandha, curcuma, has really, really contributed to my general well-being. And if I had a message to pass on to the audience, guys, take your supplements. People do not believe in this sort of medication, but it's so important. You have no idea, guys. It really changes your lifestyle.
I cured
And
my
Michelle
autoimmune disease with it.
But I think you should always consult a doctor before you start taking supplements.
Yes.
Thank you,
That's
Michelle.
very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or a healthcare practitioner.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't have to be a doctor, just someone who knows what supplements you're taking. So important, crucial.
Michelle, you have worked with Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
working with Roman Polanski is a big deal for anyone in the industry. What did you take away from the experience, both professionally and personally? And what's one thing about him that the public wouldn't expect?
That's a good question. So first of all, it's important to say that Roman Polanski's movie, The Palace, was my first movie. Before I did this movie, before I got casted, I never even kind of dreamed of being an actress. That's something I did when I was a kid. I was then always into music. When I quit private banking, I was like, okay, now I'm going to be this pop star. You know, I'm going to release music, and this is what I want to do. Then, I mean, COVID, it didn't really work out the way I wanted to. So I was like, okay, didn't work. And then I got casted, which is a very funny story. Maybe you have it in the question.
Would you care on explaining, please?
So it was mid-COVID. I was stuck in Israel for a year, and then I came back here, and there is a theater school called Crescendo, and they always wanted me to be one of the actresses, just like it's like a professional hobby in a way of like, you know, after school activity. And finally, after a year of them like asking me, I was like, okay, I'm here now in Switzerland. I can commit for a few months, because before that I was traveling a lot. I was like, I don't know. And I came there, and the first day of the repetition, the school director actually got a call from her daughter, who is a very known movie director here and used to be in Russia, Elena Hazanov. And she was like, okay, guys, Roman Polanski just fired the whole cast coming from Russia for this and this and these roles, because the war started, you know, like with Russia and Ukraine. So all of the actors got canceled. And he was like, you have 2 weeks before we begin filming. You need to find this and this and this type of actors. And the directrice said, like, to everybody in school, you all go, like, you all do it. And I was like, I'm very bad with critics, by the way. You guys, I hate critics. Unless it's coming from, like, you know, somebody huge in the industry or, like, that understands what they're saying, then it's fine. But, like, I'm super emotional, and, like, it's touchy. I'm giving you all of my weaknesses. And I was like, I'm not gonna go. Why would I, like, I'm not an actress, you know, I never studied that. Why would I go and do my first casting with Roman Polanski? He's gonna say no. I don't want this, like, in my head, you know, like, it's gonna bring my self-confidence.
Yeah,
like,
moral support.
It's gonna kill me. And they pushed me to do it, and they're like, come on, do it as an exercise. And I did it in 2 takes, and I was like, and I flew out to Israel. And when I landed in Israel, 2 days later, I received a call, do another one. And I was home in Israel, like nobody, like my mom with a phone, and usually my mom, when she takes a video, she forgets to press play. You know, she has this type of a thing. But this time she did press play, and I just sent it. I just wanted to, I was so stressed. I don't know if you know it, but like this internal, like when you really want to do something,
Yes.
but at the same time, you're like, you just want it to be done with.
Yes, absolutely.
So I did it like this, and I forgot about it. And a week later, they called me and they said, like, fly back. You're on set in 5 days. So...
Wow.
How did you feel at that moment?
I was like, literally how they show in the movies when you were just like jumping all over, like, Mom, I'm gonna be a movie star, something like that. But,
Okay, Tarek, you're a movie star. How do you react physically?
I would, I think, remove my T-shirt and start like throwing around, like, woo!
even if nobody would be around you?
No, everyone or no one could be around. I'd do it alone or with everyone. I don't care. Like, this is my own symptom of happiness.
So we would be like, woo, and he'd be like, woo.
Woo!
Yeah,
And I throw
okay.
my shit all around basically and start celebrating alone, you know. But Michel, you about Roman Polanski, what is one thing that the public wouldn't expect of him?
He's actually a really nice guy. Like he's much shorter than me, you know. It's like we have a picture together that maybe you're gonna show it later. And
Yeah,
Yes.
like, would you
especially
mind
with
sending
the
us a
camera.
picture
Yeah,
of
Send
him?
it to us.
Of course. So like he's very nice. I mean, mind you, he's 91 or 92 years old now, and I think 91. Yes.
91 years old.
Yeah, and he was 89
Wow.
when we were shooting.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is incredibly impressive.
And
he's
he's
91 and he's still a director.
Yeah, and he's so active. Like he
What?
knows exactly. So we had a scene when we had like around 150 people of figuration, like extras. And when we were shooting a scene, somebody from the 150 people would, like in the back, would be drinking their glass, like with their finger, whoop, like that.
And you would
He like,
spot it.
reshoot.
Really?
Like, so it's
So Roman Polanski is a perfectionist.
He's a perfectionist.
He's got the flair.
He has the view. He knows exactly what he wants, and he's super nice with actors. So he was telling us a lot of funny stories from his life. And of course, you know, like if you know the biography of his life, it's insane what this man had to go through. So
We wanted to say that you're such a gorgeous woman. You're an actress. You're such a light. Have you ever experienced anything bad in any sort of industry as an actress?
Anything that touches non-consideration, perhaps ambiguity, or like maybe just something a bit inappropriate?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a big girl, so many inappropriate things happened to me in corporate worlds and also in entertainment. In the entertainment world, it was not so, I don't want to say bad because nothing really happened, you know, like, but every time I go to a movie festival, there's always these people that are in the industry. And, you know, as a person that just started recently in that and like succeeded to a point, but it's like, you know, I'm not there yet. I'm on my way there, but not there yet. So obviously people get that, and men in the industry, you have no idea the amount of times I got offered to be on a carpet or to be at a party or to be in a movie, you know, like if I have sex with somebody or if I'm somebody's girlfriend.
Spicy,
You know, like, and every time this happens, I'm like thinking, okay, should I just send them to hell right away, right now, or should I stay polite and like politely decline? But you know, I have a very like I'm very emotional, so I can't politely decline. It's always like
You're made of fire.
I'm getting really offended by this. You know, like what in my like view or in my visuals and like in whatever made you think that you can approach me with this? Because let's be honest, there are people, men and women, I'm sure in the industry, that are doing that. It's fine for them. You know, like this is the price they pay for their a big breakup. This is not the price I would like to pay. And this is not the price that I'm going to pay. And so this type of things always happen. I once had a manager.
Oof, I was going to ask for a specific.
That was before the movies. That was actually when I just started in the music. It was a manager whom I never saw, digital world, whom I never saw in real life. Okay, so he was, according to him, and I like researched a little bit, so it was kind of true. He was one of the first managers of the singer Ina, the Romanian.
Ina, take off your clothes.
Oh, bless me, Father.
Don't be so shy.
This is not Ina.
Oh.
This is Imam.
I just followed you.
No,
Caro, I just followed you.
No, that was not her. Ina was a Romanian singer. I think now she's quite famous in Latin America.
Can you sing an Ina song?
I don't. There were so many. There was this Romanian pop, something like.
Oh, is it?
No, fire, no fire. I wanna keep the music higher.
Or mafiosa?
Maybe it was her. As well.
Is Ina mafiosa?
Maybe we'll check in the credits later.
Michelle, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You're successful. We consider you, and I think a lot of people here consider you as a successful, pretty woman.
Thank you.
Every success has its struggles, every success story. Was there ever a moment where you thought of giving up, perhaps? And how did you push through those darker times?
Every day. I have, life of an artist is like, this is all right, this is total shit. I quit every day. But I think I am a very result-oriented person, which comes from this whole logical part of like me. But then I'm also a dreamer because I'm an artist. And I can't really quit, even if I would want to, because art to me is...
a way of life?
It's a way of life, and it's a way of expressing myself. So like in music specifically, you can see that. Because like, my heart is broken, I write a song. I'm not very happy, something happened, I write a song. I'm hurt, I write a song. And it's like instead of like Dear Diary, like I just write a song, it's Dear Diary.
It's you write a song.
Yeah, so I do it, and then because I'm quite a vain person, I have to say. I'm sorry.
Sorry, what?
I'm quite a vain person. Like
I
love myself. I don't know, like it's good, bad, but it's a fact. I came to accept this in me.
Not always the white or
and I just want people to hear it, and I just want people to connect to it. Because sometimes I hear music, I listen to songs that I really love, and I'm like, I'm so jealous that it was not me who wrote this song. Do you have it?
Yeah, I actually do.
I'm like, actually, it's very funny, but when I heard your demo, I was like, this is such a good song. I wish I could have written that. So you see,
Aw.
like, yeah. Mwah. but no, I really mean it. So like it's very hard because I'm not there yet. Financially, you know, like I'm used to as an ex-private banker, I'm used to live a very comfortable life. My parents don't help me, you know, like I'm very independent for the past like 12 years. So of course, the level of finances in my life like had to go down a bit for that because like this is what I do now. You know, I don't work a 9 to 5 in a bank. I'm still in the financial world, you know, like here and there, but it's not a full-time job. It's not a, you know, all I do right now is I concentrate on my artistic stuff.
But you still have the lifestyle of a glamorous princess.
Because I like it. I can't, like, you know, I actually don't shop a lot. So like I am a shopaholic, but
Shopaholic.
shopaholic, yeah. But I like all of my money goes on travels. I swear to God. I think that like traveling and the experience we get during travels, and the people we meet, it's like
It exceeds everything.
it exceeds everything. It's so valuable. Like it's more valuable than a bag. But of course, here and there, I get myself a bag as well. Yeah.
Michelle, how about you know, your emotional status? You know, perhaps darker times considering your emotional side. How have you cooperated with this?
How what? Sorry.
Emotional status. How have you cooperate with your emotional status?
So there's one thing that I don't do and I would really love to do is actually meditate. But I never did it. I don't think my brain works 24/7. Literally, like I'm like cannot give myself a break. So I think if I would meditate, my emotional status would be easier. So I can be like a rock, very hard. I can be very tough on people. My closest friends know that I'm like the most loyal friend they will ever have. But at the same time, it's not easy to put up with me. Like I say everything as I think. I often don't think about how the other person feels when I tell them the harsh truth or like my thoughts. So I'm trying to work on that, you know. And the thing is, like you're toughest with the people that are close to you.
That you love the most.
Yeah, but if I'm in an emotional state when I'm like super upset or super stressed, I really don't recommend staying next to me. I'm like it's gonna. I will have this thing. I will always say in advance, guys, I'm sorry. Today is gonna be a hard day on everybody. And at the end of the day, I'm always gonna like ask for forgiveness. I have a great story from Cannes Film Festival this year. I went for the first time. It was the last moment. It was all like a big mess, you know, where to live, the carpets. Nobody like knew what's happening. And I took one of my videographers with me. And I asked him to be my assistant there for the first 4 days. So I went for 10 days, he could do 4. And the first day, I was like super nice, like, can you please bring me this? Can you please? On day 3, I was not sleeping, I was not eating. I was like, it's always like this, you know, stylings, checkings, red carpet, no red carpet, movie. Blah, blah. On day 3, I was just like, phone, champagne, kill me, you know, like
typical American movie, you know.
But every day in the morning, I would tell him like, I'm so sorry in advance, and every day at the end of the day, I would say like, I'm so sorry for today. Thank you so much. So I because I know this part of myself, I know.
So
how
you're
to,
human.
You are human. You're a beautiful human.
We need humans, please.
Please.
Thanks.
Please, Michelle. Michelle, you're an actress.
Yes.
You're a singer. Yes. You're a model.
I'm not modeling.
I consider you as a model. Let me consider.
We consider you.
Fine.
Could you please accept it?
I will gladly accept it.
Thank you so much. You're constantly evolving around your own art. How do you manage such versatility?
I think it's very important to me. I think I don't want to wake up when I'm 50, 60 and say that, oh, I didn't try. What could have been? So I'm not saying that my dream is obviously to have the Oscars and during the Oscars say, Mom, I'm a movie star. You know, like not just in a room after a Polanski movie, but actually like out to the world. But if that doesn't happen, it's going to be fine because I know that I'm going to do everything I can to get there.
The journey.
The journey. So I'm not going to wake up and say, okay, I didn't do it because I was scared, or I didn't do it because it didn't work out. Or, like, I did what I could. And then, I mean, guys, Polanski movie fell on me. I was not even looking for it. How do you explain that?
I would
Life,
say it's
life,
life,
like-
the
life.
magic of
Bro,
life.
it's like, yeah, sometimes we don't understand certain events. It's life deciding. It's something that is not natural that dictates your life sometimes.
Do you believe in like outer power?
Higher
Yes,
power?
higher
Yeah.
power.
We had that question for you.
We had that. What the fuck? Sorry.
Of course we believe.
No swearing. No swearing.
Ding.
What the fridge? What the fridge?
What the flying saucer?
Well, or that.
What the flying
yes.
saucepan? Yeah, we had that question for you. Yes, me and Caroline definitely believe in higher power.
Yes,
Something
me
that
too.
we as humans cannot control. But Michelle, maybe we live in a simulation, you know?
Oh, yes, a what?
Assimilation.
Assimilation.
Maybe like, you know, the Matrix? Have
You
heard
know
of
the
that?
Matrix?
The Matrix. Maybe we are in a simulation.
Maybe you are, right?
Maybe. I mean, if we're gonna start going into these conspiracy theories, which half of them I believe, by the way, you know, let's don't get me started.
That's what we like to
Don't
hear.
get me started. But I think it's gonna complicate our. I mean, yeah, we need to think about some stuff. I think we need to judge things, especially the media and news today,
Yes.
not just by
yes.
one, you know, like blind. Like I like the blind leading the blind. That doesn't work in my world. But I do believe in lots in things that happen. I also do believe
Energies?
in energies. 100%,
Energies,
1000%, and in a
definitely.
full moon, because every full moon, all of my exes go back, try to go back. You know, like I have a horrible headache because of that, and I'm just like something is happening. And
That's called placebo, guys.
No,
That's
no, no,
called
no.
placebo.
It's called.
This is not a placebo. This is a full moon.
She is affected by the full moon. The full moon actually. No, Tarek, listen to me. The full moon actually, like, affects you on a magnetic level.
For
I
sure.
think.
I think,
Yeah.
but I can't sleep on full moon nights,
Me
by
too.
the way.
Me too.
Okay.
Are
There
you
was
lying?
one 2 days ago.
No, I swear. You know I'm against it, but I have to admit, guys, that I can't sleep. I don't know what happens. I just can't sleep. Michelle, you can't sleep
I
either.
can't sleep either in the full moon.
Are you guys like
All of my
werewolves or
exes are calling
something?
me. I'm kidding.
Oh, the exes, the exes.
Oh my God. I mean, like, don't they know? I think that all of the people that want to reach out to their ex, like, I don't do it during full moon because I'm aware it's full moon. The reason I want to do it is like, it's full moon. Like, they should do the fucking same. Excuse me. They should do the effing same, you know, like, and actually see, want to text Shapa.
Wait, Michelle, you wanna text your exes, but you don't because
It's the full moon.
I actually, to be honest, I don't want to text any of
Wait,
my
wait.
exes anymore. But
Let's imagine a scenario here. Michelle is like, it's a full moon night, okay? And Michelle is on her balcony. She's looking at the sky. And she's like on her Instagram and she's like, I want to text one of my exes. And she looks at the moon and she
I
goes
don't
like,
have so many,
and she goes
but-
like, it's full moon. And she deletes the conversation. She goes, no, I'm going to bed.
isn't this so healthy though?
Yes.
Healthy.
Right?
Healthy.
Well
So
done,
healthy.
Michelle.
I mean, I agree,
Incredible. Well done. We love it.
Yeah, but I also think about the energy that, unfortunately, the more you concentrate on something, the more you concentrate on it in a way, I have to have it, I want to have it, the farthest it's gonna go from you. And it happened to me with music and movies. So I
Wow.
was so much into music, you know, like before I got into the movie industry, I was like, this is it. This is what I'm like, you know, I'm there. And nothing was happening. And because I was so much in this whole of like music, my music, this just came and I treated it as like,
This
it's
is-
not
this
something
is
I
very
want. And I got
interesting.
it. And now, funny thing enough, I'm trying like with this movie industry. And recently I kind of a little bit because I was like, I don't have an agent. I don't have a manager. You know, like I was like, after Polanski, everybody told me, oh, but like everybody wants to be your agent now. And nobody wanted to be my agent. So I was like really looking, you know, like for somebody, never worked out. Then I found the beautiful music studio in Geneva, and we started to work on my music. I was, by the way, also
But
heartbroken.
not someone else losing it. No, no, no.
Oh my God.
With Gosha, is that with Gosha?
Better not, one of us is losing this game. I don't want to deal with the pain. Oh my God, wow.
Who's
Goosebumps.
wrong? Who's right? But I don't wanna fight, yeah.
No,
I don't wanna fight, no.
Woo!
Funny that the moment I started concentrating back into the music, you know, like, an agent just found me recently, like literally a week ago. An
Wow.
agent from UK just contacted me, like eligible, like comme il faut, like we say in France.
Incredible.
Like, and I was like, and he was just like, he said all of the right things, because an agent for me needs to be somebody who wakes up in the morning and says, what do I do for Michelle Shapa to make her career up? And not just like, what can Shapa do for me so I can get my money? And this is exactly like the guy that was like, I have to have you in my agency. Like, I'm going to like push for you. I'm going to work for you. I'm going to make sure you're on another level. So
Michelle, that is very interesting. So I've got a nice question for you in terms of what you just said. So do you focus on your musical industry to actually boost your actress career?
No. So because I originally came from music, right? That didn't really work out. Yeah, I worked with David Morales, who's a huge music producer, DJ with multiple Grammys, and we had a few songs that came out, but it didn't bring me this, this, I don't want to call it fame, but like the satisfaction. I couldn't make my living out of it, like with just my music. So this kind of didn't die, but I stopped releasing music for some time, like a year. And then when the acting thing came out, I loved it. And I was like, okay, I don't want to choose. I want to do both. But now I'm like inspired enough and I believe in myself enough that like now I can also do the music. So I'm not like going into it as like a nobody, I'm going into it as like someone who already been in the industry a little bit. So that helped. Now I actually think that my music has been more pushed, at least in social media at the moment, because I did this whole Polanski actress thing. But people always ask me to choose. Tell me you don't have this question. If I would have, yes, you do?
We sort of do, but maybe we'll formulate it in another way.
Yeah.
But I think it's like two separate worlds, music and being an actress.
No, but I was just wondering, you were talking about, I do music. When I act, I feel music is more attractive to me. When I do music, I feel acting is more attractive to me. I was wondering if you were doing the other or you're doing one to attract the other. Do you understand my question?
I think that if you do it on purpose, or if you use this logic to do it on purpose, it's not going to work.
I see what you mean. So
so
you pretend.
It's like let's go back to the access conversation. It's like when your heart is broken and you're doing everything you can to show the guy that like you're not like you're fine, you're not hurt, but no, nothing works on that. Like like they can feel this energy. The moment you literally get over the guy and you forget it, like you don't change anything in your behavior, but like. They're just there. Full moon, maybe. But
full moon.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Le garou.
Yeah.
The Cannes Film Festival is where legends gather. What was it like to walk among the stars? Did you connect with anyone there who left a lasting impression on you?
Names, please.
Names, please.
Names?
We're asking for names.
I cannot
Michelle.
tell you a name. But, okay, so it was the first Cannes Film Festival for me this year. And I have to say that I'm more of a fan of Venice Film Festival. And I got more vibes in there. But during this Cannes Film Festival, I met a guy who is very famous in Russia, actor.
No name?
I can't tell you the
name.
Agency. No name.
No name agency. No name? Sorry.
I can't say it.
Okay, no problem.
It's not that I'm not allowed. It's just, I like his privacy. And we spent a beautiful day on the boat of L.RAPHAEL, actually. And everything was just like so beautiful. And like there was a little romance, like in there. And, me as an artist, I was like, okay, this is how it all
it's love.
I mean, not in love, but like, there was a romance and then it's super cool.
Do you know the song that goes, I found my love in Portofino? Do you know it?
I kind of.
Do you know L is for the way you look at me? O is for the only one I see.
I love it how we like implement the music.
Oh yeah, why not?
I like it how three of us can actually sing. I mean, she's an amazing singer.
I mean, I used to watch her sing from the age of 12, so I'm her number one fan.
So you guys know each other for a super long time,
right? Yes. I mean, she's my
what?
Right arm. She's literally my.
It ever happens when you want to kill each other?
Do we want to kill each
Honestly, I've never wanted to kill Caroline.
Okay.
I never wanted to kill him.
12 years. I've known her for a long while.
Wow.
And it has never occurred to me this resentment.
That's amazing. So the
hatred.
vibes are there. It's
We're
awesome.
very well merged. Yeah,
We're very well merged.
Very good. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, like, so it's
Thank
great.
you, Michelle. Thank you.
So yeah, that's about Cannes. I mean, obviously, I met a lot of people in there from the industry. I met many actors. Okay, my thing is like I don't really know many names, like believe it or not. So I always end up in the situations when somebody sits next to me or in front of me at dinner, like drinks, and they're like, "Wow." And I have no idea who they are, so I talk to them like it would be like a normal person, and then somebody tells me. And I'm like, and that's what happened to me and Quincy Jones many years ago. I don't know, I think I shared this story in my Instagram, so I don't know if you guys saw it, but maybe for the podcast.
I think we saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we follow you, Michelle, because we know we had the podcast. We were going to prepare a podcast for you. So we basically did a profound research.
I watch your stories with pleasure. I like the hyperbaric oxygen
And
chamber. I love it.
I'm almost there as well.
And you like my stories as well.
I love your stories.
I love your
I love your
stories.
stories.
Do you like mine? I expected. No, I expected that answer. It was
You
on
expected
purpose.
that?
It was on.
He has no
absolutely on-
stories.
I actually,
Well,
I'm not
that
that active on
explains-
Instagram. I am gonna be soon. Dear audience, follow me on Instagram. But I'm not that active for the time being.
I know. Well, we have to be.
I understand.
have to,
I
right?
absolutely understand.
We have to be.
I absolutely understand.
Are after parties in the entertainment industry as wild as people imagine, or is the reality more surprising?
To be fair, I'm not a big fan of these after parties because, especially in the movie festivals, I only attend a few that are huge, like the Campari after party or a specific movie premiere after party. Not much interest. I think that's because today, in this type of parties, like I would go there to make connections and networks, you know, people in the industry. But today, especially in Cannes, in Venice a bit less. In Cannes, majority of people, let's say 60%, are models, bloggers, people who have absolutely nothing to do with the movie industry, and it's like, you know, they're there to take a picture, not really to meet, you know, the people for future projects. So less. Again, the story with Quincy Jones actually happened at an after party on Kevin Spacey's boat. And
Kevin Spacey's boat.
yeah, it was very long time ago. It was 12 years ago, maybe even 13.
Michelle, how, if I may, sorry.
Yeah, it was a birthday party of a good
how
friend of
old
mine.
were you? No mean to sound
I
indiscreet
was
or
20.
anything.
I was 21.
Ooh.
21.
21.
Yeah.
21.
Fresh and young, like I am now.
Like 21
Just
Savage.
like now.
Just
20
like
yeah,
now.
just like
no,
now.
I actually age better. I think everybody tells
You
me.
aged
the
like
wine.
fine wine.
I know. I have it from my mom as well. Like she aged amazing.
Maybe you take care of yourself too.
Yeah.
Hyperbaric
She
oxygen
really
chamber.
She just she knows. So yeah, I was at a birthday party of a friend of mine in Sardinia, and then we ended up at the after party, Kevin Spacey's boat. And again, me, the clueless. I mean, I'm clueless today, just as I was when I was 21. I'm sitting next to a guy, you know, like on a couch at 6 a.m. It's an after party. There's like 12 people. I feel like everybody is like rich, famous, you know, like jewelry, like from here to there. There was one lady that said on the way there, "Oh, I lost my earring. It costed 50K. Fine, I'll get another one tomorrow." So like, and me, 21 years old, I was still a student, you know, like I was like, and I sit on this couch like this, you know. There's a guy sitting next to me. He watches on a laptop like a video in black and white movie of people dancing like old school, like 60s, you know. And I watch it with him together. And then when it's over, he closes the laptop. He turns to me. He's like, "Oh, honey, what do you do? Do you also dance?" And I'm like, "No, I sing." You know, mind you, not even one song out back then. Like I'm a student, you know, I'm aspiring for music. And I'm like, "No, I sing." "Oh, sing something for me." And I'm like, "It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to sing anything for you." And I turn. And then the birthday boy runs to me. He's like, "Shell, what did you talk? Like, what did he say?" And I'm like, "Who are you inviting to your after parties?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Why is this old man asking me, you know, like at 6 a.m., me, a young like girl, you know, I was like wearing a very short dress, obviously. Why is he asking me to sing for him at 6 o'clock in the morning?" I'm like, "Not some entertainment or whatever." He's like, "Do you know who this is?" And I'm like, "Who this is?" He's like, "That's Quincy Jones." And I go, "Who's Quincy Jones?"
Wow.
Like, I can't believe how stupid, clueless, and whatever. But I mean, it happened for a reason. I still don't know what reason, you know.
Did you sing? Did you sing?
I did not. I told him I'm not gonna sing. I mean, like, and then after I found out who he is, my answer to him priorly was so arrogant that I couldn't like. And I'm very like, my ego is very high, so I was like, I'm not gonna like. Especially that I didn't know who's Quincy Jones. Like, I had to Google him the next day, and then I was like,
You should have sang.
you know, if I could, you know, like they say, you're gonna like bite your elbows. It's the only thing I regret in my life, but it happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
Be less rude to people.
It's part of the process.
It's part of the process. Yeah.
Quick fire questions, basically more spicy, entertaining, provocative, scandalous questions we have prepared for you with Caroline. Caroline, would you like to start perhaps?
Yes. Would you prefer sleep? Also, these questions have to be very short. Okay.
You mean the answers?
Yeah,
okay.
the answers.
Elaborate well, but in a short way, please. Thank you.
Would you prefer sleeping with Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp?
And why?
Depends what age.
Prime, both prime.
Okay, today, Brad Pitt.
Both prime.
20 years ago, Johnny Depp.
Okay. Next question.
Why? Please.
I always like dark hair men more, like, you know, this and Johnny Depp. I mean, both of them has this like very, very cool jawline. I don't know. It was Johnny Depp back then.
I mean, Brad Pitt was so handsome in the Fight Club movie. Fight Club.
No, I loved him in Autumn Fall Tales. What was this movie?
Oh yes.
There.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Brad Pitt back then was like too cheesy sweet boy for me, and like
I agree.
Johnny Depp had more of this dark vibe, you know.
You like the dark vibe.
I like
dark,
I like
obscure
the bad
charm.
boy. What can I do?
I like the bad boy. Bad boy.
Bad boy, bad boy.
Bad
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boy, bad boy.
What are you gonna do when they're gonna come for you?
I'm gonna strip. Do a nice striptease for them.
The success striptease. Yeah, like.
You know how I work.
Now I know. Now I know.
Now you know. You're getting to know us too, Michelle.
Yes.
Would you prefer vomiting on Jennifer Aniston or she vomits on you at the Cannes Film Festival?
And why? And why?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We need a reason why, please.
Okay, I think I would prefer her to vomit on me.
Ooh.
I mean, because me vomiting, it would be just, you know, I hate, like, it's nothing. I can't do this. I don't have this.
You don't like vomiting.
Me, it's like, no. No, I think in my head, just like, yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, personally, if
it would still get me the publicity, right? I would just not be the bad one.
Very interesting. You're talking about publicity. I would choose to vomit on Jennifer Aniston because I believe this would give me more publicity and more fame. Like, that's the guy who vomited on one of the most famous people on earth. Imagine the fame and the buzz, even though it's bad buzz.
No, but I would do it smarter. I would say, if you don't want me to go on and just like keep nagging about it, give me a role in one of the movies she's producing. I mean, she's producing. Like,
yes, give me a role.
Yeah.
Okay, Michelle, do you think life is about the journey or the destination? Ooh la
la. That's a hard one. I mean, I'm very goal-oriented. My dad always told me that, like, the journey doesn't matter, the result matters. But I believe in the journey because, like, if tomorrow I'm this huge movie star and I'm the next Margot Robbie, but I didn't have the journey, and it's just like, if it's given easily, it's not appreciated as much. So I think the journey, because even if the result, as I said, it's not going to happen, you still have
the journey.
You still have the journey.
The experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
Good
experience is very important. It forges you.
How's my hair?
Amazing. Amazing.
Is the hair part of your journey?
Well, yeah. Totally.
Would you rather be a slave or a slave owner?
I could never be a slave. I would just kill the owner if that would be happening.
So you'd be a slave owner?
Yes, she would.
Yes, she would.
Sometimes I treat my assistants like that during Cannes Film Festival, for example, but I always apologize.
At least she apologizes.
Michelle.
Yeah. You're asking me horrible questions.
Michelle, answer me now.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing anymore.
Okay.
No, Are you more yin or yang?
Remind me, what is the masculine and what is the feminine in there?
Well, actually, yin is white, yang is black. So, I mean, it's
like light or dark, I guess.
Dark. The second one.
She's Johnny Depp.
I'm
Yang.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny
I'm Johnny Depp. Back then, like not now. You know,
Ying is Brad Pitt. Yang is Johnny Depp.
I disagree. I think both are yang, but I mean, fair enough.
It's a mix of both, but yeah, I'm dark.
If you had a private jet, would you use it as much as Taylor Swift?
No.
No?
Actually, I'm scared of flying, even though I fly all the time. And I honestly believe that commercial flights are safer because there's much more checkups that they do for this type of flights than they do for the private jets and private flights.
Smart.
Saves me a lot of money, right?
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart move. Michelle.
I'm scared now.
Be afraid.
Be very afraid, okay.
Would you rather die having tried or never die? Good question.
Would I? Wait a second.
Do you not understand?
Would I have died?
Yes,
trying?
it's a very good question actually.
Trying what?
Trying. Just you try.
Struggling, trying? Or?
Yeah, like a hustler.
Or
never die.
never die, of course.
Immortality.
Immortality.
Wow, so you believe in immortality?
I want to play a character of a vampire.
She wants to be a vampire. She's like Edward Cullen. She's like Damon from Vampire.
Damon.
You're Damon.
You encourage
Katerina or Elena.
You encourage immortality.
Sorry?
You encourage immortality.
I mean, we all know that it's impossible, right? Unfortunately, today.
And maybe one day.
But maybe one day. Yeah, that would be great. But immortality while looking good.
Of course.
You know, like.
You'd always look good.
Thank you.
Of course.
He winked at me. Did the camera get that?
Right wink. So the camera sees it. Guys, my right eye winked at her. Please.
Can you do the left one as well?
But the camera wouldn't see.
Do the left one.
You want me to try?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I ask the question again?
No, just wink.
No, just wink.
Okay.
We're going to zoom on it, so you know.
You gotta zoom on it. Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle Shapa'S.
Are you more
Shapa.
of a priest or a prayer?
Am I
Honestly,
more
very
a
good question.
priest or a prayer?
Priests are often considered as people who do things that are inadequate. I'm not going to say what they do. Wink,
I'm a prayer.
wink.
Okay, I'm a prayer. Fine.
Please pray.
You're a prayer?
I'm a
Please don't be
prayer,
a
yeah.
priest.
I'm a prayer. This paradua, like in a paradox.
That was going paradox. Yeah, that was good.
That's kind of paradox. Your turn.
Yeah, Michelle, basic question. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Ooh! Wait. Why?
Why?
Ronaldo is too sweet. Like, he's not.
But Messi is a bit autistic.
But he's an
He is.
amazing
By
football
the way, he
player.
is.
Are you serious?
I swear he is. I swear he's a bit autistic. I swear.
I made my choices.
But so you choose an autistic person over a person who's modeled for Hugo Boss, Ralph Lauren.
Well, fame is not everything.
It's all about the
But
vibes.
but do you think
I wouldn't choose any of them, you know, like, but, you know, if I...
You choose Damon. You choose Johnny Depp.
Yeah, not today, but yeah.
You choose Johnny Depp when he was 20.
Yeah, 25.
25.
Yeah.
And would you rather lose everything you ever loved or find everything you never wanted?
repeat it?
I repeat.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather lose everything you ever loved or find everything you never wanted?
Find everything I never wanted because I would never be able to lose everything I ever loved, like, consciously.
Fairs.
Yeah. Like,
Fairs.
I'll deal with the shit as long as the good parts are there.
I understand.
You get me?
I think that's the answer I would have chosen. Last question, but not least. Michelle, my dear Michelle, if you were bold, would you wig yourself up or would you own up the boldness?
Whew.
It's all about character here, remember.
Yeah. I don't think I could do one or the other every day.
If you had to choose.
A wig.
Ooh.
I think.
She'd wig
So
herself
you wouldn't own up the boldness. Be proud of yourself.
Well, not at the stage I am right now. I mean, like, this is how I feel in the moment. I hope I will never have to answer this question in real life, you know? But yeah.
Well, you're doing hyperbaric oxygen
Oh my
therapy,
God,
so
yes,
you're fine.
Please save me from everything.
Take collagen. Collagen allows your hair to keep on growing, by the way.
There's some controversial thoughts about collagen, by the way.
Ooh, would you like to have a whole debate on collagen?
We don't have enough time.
Oh, what a pity. What a pity. What a pity.
Guys, we wanted to say thank you for being here. Goodbye, snobs.
My lover.
Goodbye, my friends. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Michelle, thank you so much. We'll add your socials on in our caption. Make sure you follow Michelle. She's a fantastic person. She's got a lot of potential, a lot of potential. So please, guys, give her a bit of support. Michelle, thank you so much.
Guys, thank you
It was
so
such
much
a pleasure
for
having
having
you.
me and for asking all of these beautiful and interesting questions.
Michelle, small recap on the podcast. What did you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. It's like I have one thing that I have to say that is not so nice. It's lasting only an hour. Should have been longer.
But Michelle,
Should've been
you can
longer.
come back on it.
You can
I
come
will
back.
back.
Please.
Yeah.
You're such an awesome guest.
You're
honestly.
an awesome
Thank you
guest.
so much.
Honestly, thank you
you
so
guys.
much.
I would love to come back.
And guys, the audience, please leave us like maybe a small comment on Michelle that we could maybe read out in our next podcast, like a nice review, a nice opinion on Michelle. Please.
Or who do you think should be the next Johnny Depp for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Just leave a
Please.
comment, guys. Leave a
Yeah.
comment. Make it more interactive. We would love to hear some reviews about Michelle, about our podcast.
And follow us.
And follow us
everywhere.
everywhere on socials. So
Stalk us.
Stalk us.
stalk us, like, comment, you know, put the ring things
Ring,
on.
ring, ring, ring.
Notification.
Ring dong. So thank you, guys. It was a huge pleasure. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
Thank you.
It's a wrap.